thumbnail. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. There we go.
All right.
Okay, that's enough. Thumbnail, done.
And we are live again. So let me let folks know that we are live again.
Okay. So welcome back. Welcome back. We're
To the
back.
Menopausal View.
I had to re-up on my beverage here.
As did I.
And then I had to feed the natives here.
And so here's the thing. I have to tell you guys. Sean loves bringing me here. Okay? It's really far away in another galaxy. You know, it's almost across the bridge, which technically becomes the next galaxy.
I live in God's toe jam, and she lives in God's armpit. If that gives you an idea
Any
how
idea?
far away.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, and she's like almost to Kentucky,
Almost hop, skip, and a jump.
and
You know?
she's like right on the main drag, and we're in literally, you pass the cows and the horses, go across the bridge.
There's a little bridge. There's a little river. Of
There's a
some
lot.
kind over there.
It's little Miami.
There's a little Miami.
It's little Miami, and you have to go through the woods, around the Joe's barn, and then you go like this a lot.
There's a lot of like this. You got to go down and up,
Yeah.
and then there's a lot of this, and you don't want to do that at night.
Hairpin
'cause
turns, hairpin.
It's pretty ugly. Thank God I know my way around now.
So anyway,
This is Sean in the background,
Yes, that was
wandering
Sean.
around the background,
Sean
by the
loves
way.
coming here because Jocelyn feeds him. Now I feed him, but it's not the food he wants to eat. I eat fish and vegetables, and that does not work for him. So we come here, and this is what we get.
It works sometimes.
This is an egg roll,
This is a taco egg roll.
and it's delightful.
So it is. There's steak, black beans, corn, cheese on the inside, and then in a egg roll wrapper.
In that one thing.
Deep fried, of course, deep fried. And then you dip it, and I made homemade salsa and homemade guac, and then there's sour cream to dip it in.
And it is delightful. And I didn't get any of the guacamole.
Guacamole was gone. It was
I
tasty.
feel like that's just rude, but you know.
I'm sorry. So if you check the Dinner with Spice, after you get done watching over here, hop over to Dinner with Spice, maybe tomorrow. And I'll have the video up of how I made that, because I did film that. I did think enough to film that. I was actually going to make it on the show today, but my kitchen is not set up for the two of us to be in the frame at the same time. Because, like, you know, when I'm filming here, it's kind of like a shotgun thing at the stove. So
Mine's a little bit better set up, but only this much.
hers is better because she has an island. I
Yeah.
don't have an island.
I have a bigger,
Right.
different layout.
Yes. So, anywho, they turned out, you know, I like to try new things, mix it up a little bit, you know, there it is. And actually, that turned out to be one of the better. My daughter absolutely fell in love with that recipe. She's like, this one's a keeper, and you need to make this often. 'Cause this is my first time doing this. I'd never tried that. I had never made homemade egg roll anything. You know what I want to learn how to make?
What?
Kimchi. Have you ever had kimchi?
I don't know what kimchi is.
Kimchi is Napa cabbage, and well, it's supposed to be
What's Napa
fermented.
cabbage?
Napa cabbage is that big long cabbage that you see in a grocery store.
Okay.
It's like the thing of it is like this. I'll have to show it to you.
Okay.
But but anyway, but you add different kinds of. It can be a little spicy. It's like a little sweet, a little spicy, a little salty. And I've only had it mixed in with stuff. It's actually, the official version of it is fermented, but we don't have time for all that.
Okay.
So, you know, it's like you bury it in a jar underground for a year and then pull it out. I don't think I want to do that. My skill level is not there, but you can make it to eat it the same day. So I am going to try my hand at making some kimchi because I like to mix it up. Hey, Zara, how are you? And Amber, welcome back. So we're gonna talk about
What's just like me? What's just like me? Amber, what do you mean what's just like me?
what's just like Jen. Notice that Jen changed her glasses too. Those are much more becoming too. I like dark frames on your face better than light. I don't know why that is.
I understand. I like bright colors. I was just trying to contrast with the pink
Yes, I understand.
before, and I'm going to change my glasses. I brought 5 pairs of glasses, so I
understand.
have this glasses thing.
I understand.
It's becoming like it's becoming a problem, but not really.
Everybody has an addiction.
I love glasses. I don't know why. Sweet,
Also,
spicy, and a little salty.
yes.
That's what she
Oh, just like Jen. Yes. Sweet, spicy, a little salty. There you go. Pew,
Thank you,
pew.
Amber.
And also because I watch eating shows. I do. That is my guilty pleasure. And
The
mainly-
ASMRs.
Some
that
of
what
it's
you mean?
ASMR, some of it is just the eating shows. I'm sure it ties into ASMR, but
Yeah.
she doesn't whisper. Like one of my favorite ones is Dorothy. She's this little Asian woman. I have no clue what she's saying because everything is in Korean or Vietnamese. I don't know. But the reason I watch her is because she eats something different every single day. Although she does eat kimchi with every single thing that she eats, it seems like she eats a ton of kimchi. And she eats like a competitive eater. And she's like this big. And I'm always impressed. I always go to the end of the video just to see where she ends up stopping it. Like if she actually eats it all or whatever. She eats noodles with everything. These things called glass noodles. You ever seen them before? Mm-mm. Anyway, now she's got me wanting to try those, and then she eats everything with rice and noodles. Sometimes both together.
That's a lot of starch.
That is a lot of starch, and I would think that given the fact that if I eat a piece of corn on the cob, or 3 strands of spaghetti, I blow up like.
If I look at bread, I blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confused as I'm wondering how is she handling her weight. Thank you, Zara. I'm wondering if she vomits after every show, or if her stuff is so hot, because I've heard that the spicier your stuff is, basically it's burning calories faster, and everything that she eats is bright red, like it's bright red. And so I want to know what kind of sauce she uses on her stuff, and I don't know. I like to try different. I'm an adventurous eater, an adventurous cook. So I want to try.
Nikki Mack is on.
Who?
Nikki Mack has joined us.
Hi, Nikki Mack.
Nikki
Hello.
Mack is my femtor.
You're what?
My femtor. I love her. She is the greatest. I love her so much. She's a model, designer, makeup artist, speaker, entertainer. She's who I want to be when I grow up.
Fantastical.
So thank you for joining us, Nikki. I love you.
So anyway, that's part of what I want. And I look for ideas on things to cook, things that I can, kind of get into, that kind of thing. Because, if you leave it up to me, we will have spaghetti one day, chicken the next, some vegetable soup, and then I'll just keep rotating it through till we die. So I try to branch out a little bit. But anyway, getting back to the topic at hand, we had, she and I were talking earlier because she has been in she's been involved, and have I? How many have I been in?
I've probably been in just about all of them.
I've only done Avon. Like I said, my stepdaughter sold Jamberry nails for a minute. So we're going to talk about MLMs. We're going to talk about multi-level marketing.
And we're going to come at it from two different perspectives.
Two different perspectives.
So I've been in direct sales, like she said, just about every company. Mm-hmm. And I've worked my way up pretty high in one or two of them. So I can come at it from a couple of different perspectives. So why don't you get us started? But I just want people to know where our levels are.
So, and I'm saying this, so I'm an event planner, so I'm familiar with almost every direct sales company that's out there.
And that's actually how we met.
That is actually how I met. She did one of my events. And so...
And then that's history.
So, that is how history was made. So, I have seen several companies, and I'm going to give some defunct companies, I'm going to shout them out as examples. Leah Sophia, who's now out of business, but they were around for many moons. Leah Sophia had some pretty costume jewelry. They sold pretty costume jewelry. And I know, okay, so as a blanket statement, let me say this. When people say, this is my take on it. When people say, you want to support the small business owner and all this stuff, and I want to help support my small business owners. However, my take on that is really not, when you work for a company, that you're really not a business owner per se. You're a consultant. You may even get a 1099, but they make all the rules and regulations, and you're getting a cut of, and usually that cut is somewhere around 25-30%, unless you have a significant downline under you and are getting a little bit of a kickback from them. So when I think of small business owners, I really tend to think of homegrown small business owners. That's in my mind what that is. To give you an example again, Leah Sophia. Had a lot of Leah Sophia reps that wanted to participate in the events that I did and everything. And Leah Sophia sold cheap costume jewelry. And I'm just gonna, and they said, oh, but it's made of rhodium. Rhodium turns faster than I can turn around here in this living room, okay? There's nothing special about rhodium. It's just metal. But for some reason, they felt the need to pitch that as a plus. That was not a plus. Especially when you say, is this sterling silver? Because it's a $65 bracelet. And it's just made out of some glass beads. So I'm trying to figure this out here. I'm trying to figure out where my value is. And consequently, I didn't buy a whole lot I even had a party, because you have a party for your friends, whatever. I had a party and I ended up, after selling, I don't know, $600-700 worth of this cheap jewelry, and I can talk a little crap about them because they're out of business now. So I'm not talking about one of my friends presently.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not going to use an example for anybody that's in business now, because some direct sales companies, I do like their products, and I do go back. I will give you a couple of examples. I am an Avon supporter at heart. When I say I go hard for Avon, I go hard for Avon. They have some amazing products. And it's drugstore prices. I can get with
drugstore products.
And drugstore products, exactly. So, you're going to get that level quality, and I'm okay with that because I'm a drugstore girl. I'm okay with that. I don't see, unless it's something where I'm a makeup artist, I can't see paying gobs of money for my makeup. I have found some great drugstore makeup. Y'all know me and my hard candy. You already know how passionate I am about my hard candy stuff. So drugstore quality, people say, oh, drugstore. No, you can get some quality stuff from drugstore too. Okay, so I am diehard Avon. I think that Paparazzi is a great company because it's
the concept
of it, because it's cheap. It's costume jewelry. It's $5. You get a necklace and earrings for $5. That's, to me, as a consumer, that's what now I don't know what their split is on the other side, if it's 50-50, if it's, but I think on top of that, it's much easier to sell when your price point is a little bit lower. Because when you come at me with costume jewelry, and I know it's costume jewelry, because I can go to Michael's and I can buy the little pieces to put it together or whatever, There wasn't anything special about that jewelry that made me say, this is a one-of-a-kind item that I can't get somewhere else. Okay? Yes, Casey, we have 31 bags everywhere. Now, I will say this, 31, that's another one.
I sold that one.
31. Now, they're kind of saturated here. This area, there's a lot of people selling 31 bags. But I will say this, 31 has some good-ass bags.
Yeah, they do.
Because I have the same, matter of fact, that's my event planning bag, is an insulated one that I have had for, oh my goodness. I've probably had that one for 7 or 8 years now. Like to the point where it's starting to come apart now but it's durable, like it's really held up. So I'm not gonna put down, and I'm not here to put down anybody per se. But I'm trying to look at it from a consumer standpoint. I want to get the most bang for my buck. I want to help you. I want to help put, that little thing that everybody puts up on, support your local business, small business owner, and it helps pay for somebody's baseball camp and helps, with whatever. That's great. But I work too. And I have to be cognizant of how I spend my money. I can't, if you're selling something that's $40, that I can go and get the exact same thing for $6 at the store down the street. I don't have $34 to give you to help you. If I wanted to help you, I would just give you an extra $10. I give you $10 flat out if you're my friend, There are some products that I say are worth it. There are some MLMs that I'm like, you know what, you guys right here. Like, I'm going to say this, because Silpata's out of business too. Silpata had some pretty jewelry, but it was overpriced. It was silver.
Very expensive, and I did not. There was not much that I liked. It was too simple for me.
I liked some of their bigger pieces.
Yeah.
But my God, they wanted like $200-300 for some of these necklaces.
And there's no bling. It's just basic metal.
It's just metal. I mean, it's just silver. And then the thing, what put them in a business, the bottom fell out of the silver market. Now silver is like, stainless steel now. So, the cost of it. So some of the stuff, I say, yeah, and I'll even give different products a try. I've tried a couple of them here on the show from different companies, and I'll say, but here's the thing, just because I try your product doesn't mean I'm going to like it. And I'm going to say, unless you're paying me, and even then, I'm going to let you know behind the scenes, like, I really don't want to because I try to be authentic. I really do try to be, if I tell you guys something, if I try something on, I want you guys to know that it's the truth, not because somebody is paying me to lie. So I would have tried a little bit of it prior to and said, you know what? I don't think I want to promote this, So Jen, and like I said, this is coming from, so let me say this. If you're getting into, let's say, selling jewelry, you can order jewelry wholesale from companies and actually get paid more by you being your own distributor. There are ways that you can, the kind of money, and even if they say, oh, but you only do a $99 sign-up fee and for the starter kit, in the amount of time and hassle that you have to use in going to parties, packing up your car, ordering this stuff. Okay, somebody's order is wrong. Maybe you have to eat the cost of this, that, and the other. I just think that homegrown businesses, like something that I'm a control freak, first of all. So MLM really doesn't appeal to me because I'm such a control freak. I want to do what I want to do. I don't want somebody telling me what I have to do, and then if you don't meet a certain number of sales and you can't be in some special club, that to me is that's not my thing. Might be your thing, and that's great. So, but Jen, you go ahead and chime in here.
Okay, so basically, to begin with, based for what you just said, I look at direct sales as more of a franchise. It's a non-brick and mortar franchise. And so basically you buy into the franchise just like you would for McDonald's or for Kentucky Fried Chicken or, you know, what have you. It's a similar model to a franchise, but completely different. Okay.
Okay.
But it's the best way to make you understand. It's not just, you're still self-employed, but you still have to follow a model. Like every McDonald's you go into, the fryer is going to be on the left for the, you know, it's going to be in the exact same spot everywhere you go.
The setup is the
They're
same.
going to have exactly the same products. So it's the same concept, only you're not in a brick and mortar, and you have a little bit more freedom with what you can do and how you advertise. Sometimes you have to go through the company and that kind of thing. So with direct sales, I think that part of the problem currently is that direct sales people are being taught improperly how to build their business. The first thing that happens is they blow their friends and family up.
They burn them out.
They do. And especially if they're changing company to company to company, trying to find the right fit.
Right.
And there's a thing that you say when you're in direct sales is friends and family suck. Okay? But the problem is that we've made them suck. And I can't tell you how many people will friend me on Facebook, and I am a big, huge supporter of direct sales people and who are trying to, you know, build their businesses and trying to be, especially women, I will be your loudest cheerleader. But if the very first thing that happens as soon as I accept your friend request is you send me your catalog via private message, or, you know, you send me to your website, you don't even introduce yourself, or even if you do introduce yourself and then the next words out of your mouth is like my page, buy my products, have you tried my, I'm instantly gonna shut down, because that's how they're taught in the direct sales to do this. The direct sales companies are doing that. I've had people, if I say that I'm in the same company, people will like unfriend me and block me. And that's not how this works. Because I may not be in the same company tomorrow, or you may change companies and you want to build a relationship. So one of the most fundamental things that people are missing when it comes to direct sales is building a relationship. And I don't mean just sending them out your information. It's actually building a relationship, a strong relationship. And I think we keep getting knocked off the internet because I keep losing it over here. So I'm not sure what's happening here. Yep. We've been knocked off the internet. Oh, no.
You sure?
Yep. Yeah. Because it keeps knocking me off over here too.
We're still recording over there.
Okay.
So let's stop here because we're still going over there. Let's stop there and then we can just pick right up where we left off.
Do you want to stop or do you want to keep going? There, we're back now.
We're back. Hello.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure what's
I don't know
happening
what's
with our
going on.
internet. We seem to lose connection here. But what I was saying was basically you have to be really careful about how you're engaging your audience, how you're engaging the people that you're connecting with. If everything on your Facebook is an advertisement, you're going to shut people down. You want to do one post a day for your product, and the rest of it has to be personal stuff so that you can engage people in who you are and what you're doing.
Because people get attached to you,
They
not
do,
to your product.
not your
I know some
product.
people like to think, oh, my product's going to sell itself. When I say, ow, I think I just opened up my finger again. Shit.
Are you bleeding?
No, not yet. I'm sure it will. Like I said, I do events and I see it time and time and time again where people don't engage their audience. Even at an in-person event, they don't get up. They're
sitting on their phone.
People. They'll sit and they expect their product to sell themselves. And
You
I
can't
had a
do
lady.
that.
And she gets stuff too in her inbox all the time because she'll friend anybody. Say, I'm a little bit more selective. You can't just be on my page, just kind of ran all willy nilly,
I am a little. I am, but
You're a free spirit. It's okay.
But I mean, no, I'm a little picky choosy. But it's more. It has to be women, modeling, entrepreneurs, that kind of thing.
So, and I don't know what is going on here.
We keep losing internet, so we apologize.
Oh, no, we apologize. We're sorry. So sorry.
Not sure what's going on here.
So, is it helping? Is it not helping? What's happening here?
It just.
Do we want to start over again on this one and just like stop it and restart it? Maybe.
Well, it seems like it should come back on once we.
Oh well, we're just gonna press forward. Anywho, I had a lady that inboxed me. I hadn't heard from this woman in 2 or 3 years. She had done an event with me, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, something like that. She had done this event, and she just sends me this video in my inbox. So I am one of those people, I assume that if you're sending me something, unless you greet me and I know that it's not like a robot type thing, if you send me a video, I will automatically delete it. I won't even watch it because I'm assuming that you're sending me a virus and that you're, 100 years old and you still have not figured out that passing stuff around in PMs is typically viral. So I will delete it automatically. But I thought, well, maybe this woman, maybe she doesn't know that her account has been hacked. Because the video, it didn't even, she didn't intro it or anything. She literally just sent it to me like, here you go. There was no talk from her at all. There was no little blurb from her at all. So I sent her back a thing and I said, hey, have you been hacked? No, I sent that to you for you to watch. Now keep in mind, I don't know this woman personally. We've only dealt with one another one other time at an event. And she said, I don't know if you're familiar with, XYZ company and, here, watch the video. It's informative. And then, tell me what you think and tell me what if you'd like to order something. And I wrote back to her and I said, well, first of all, I'm familiar with the product and I'm not interested. But, and then she went on from there, but I thought, and she's so curt. I'm always stunned at the people that get into, not all of them, because I have some fantabulous vendors. Like the ladies that have been with me since the beginning and do like all of my events and the regulars, they are amazing salespeople. They can sell ice to Eskimos, and it's the truth. And it's not hardcore sales. They're just easily relatable. They're friendly, but they're not hardcore.
They're engaging.
They're not smothering and on top of you. They're not used car salesman type vibe. But some of these people, and even the crafters too, I know there are plenty of crafters that feel like, oh, if you're at my table, basically, the product is going to sell itself.
Well,
you have to be a part of it. People have to find a connection with you. Get up from your table, walk around to the other side. Oh, let me help you try on something. Oh, so what do you like?
Network.
So are you here with your family? Are you here with your husband? Are you here with your wife? Engage with the person. That's how people form a personal connection to you. And then they're going to feel like, I bought this little ugly ass necklace from the nicest woman. I stood there and talked to her. My mother has bought some crap. My mother will bring home bags
I've done that.
Garbage from people. She's like, well, she was the nicest lady. I felt bad, so I went ahead and I bought such and so. That's okay. A sale is a sale.
It's true.
A sale is a sale. But if you can't even get off your phone or look up from your book or smile, you probably shouldn't be in sales. You probably shouldn't be trying to sell stuff to people.
If you're there scowling at people. But here's where I was going with this. I think that the fundamental problem with direct sales is that they're not training their associates, their self-owners, their whatever you call it. Right. They're not training them correctly. They're so focused on the sale that they're not teaching how to build relationships.
Now that I agree with.
And I have seen people who have grown huge businesses. Mm-hmm. And I'm friends with people who have grown huge businesses and are millionaires because of direct sales. The thing is that if you don't already have a network in place and you don't know
What
how
is
to,
your husband doing?
I have no idea.
I got somebody calling me.
And if you don't have a network to work from, people who already know, love, and trust you, and want to do whatever it is that you're doing, if you're not an influencer, you're going to struggle. And if you're angry because people aren't buying your products, you're going to struggle.
And that's true.
But here's the thing. The concept of direct sales, if I start my own skincare, cosmetics, jewelry, clothing, shoe line, which is something I want to do,
Okay.
I think that my first thing I would do is make it a direct sales company.
Oh, if you're at the top of that food chain, absolutely.
Because here's
if
the
you're
thing.
the actual owner of
Right. But
Jen's Jams
I'm
or
just
whatever,
saying it can
and you
be.
but my thing, and like I said, this is my thing, is that if there is a monthly quota, if there is a, and you're only getting 30%, let's say 30%, let's say that your take home is 30%, and you got to sell $1,000 for your 30%. That is a lot of hustling, especially when your price points are too high.
And I'm not arguing with you on that. But here's, and you and I were having this conversation before we, jumped on here. And one of the things that we were talking about is, you're paying $75 for something that you can get across the street for $1.50.
Right.
So you're basically paying $65 more. And like you said, you're gifting that money to someone when you can go somewhere else. So,
And the thing of it, times are hard for all. We're all trying to support our families.
So when you're starting a direct sales company, that's one of the things you have to look at is whether or not what you're selling is something that you can find at the local dollar store. If
Right.
it's something you can find at the local dollar store, you're probably not going to be able to sell it for $75.
Right.
Now, because I've been in all the direct sales companies,
Oh, the direct
I
sales
have.
company.
But even 31, someone was talking about 31 earlier. 31 has those great duffel bags, the big bags. You know that you can get those at Walmart and Myers now for half the price.
Yeah.
And they're the same, they're the exact same.
The same quality.
The exact same thing. So you have to be aware of stuff like that. And yes, there are some things.
But let me just say this though, even that's reasonable. Like what they're charging for their stuff, to me, most of it, maybe their stuff sometimes a little high. Most of it is reasonable though. And I guess
like
that's
31?
where, yeah.
Well,
Like a $30 bag, $35 bag. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with 35. If I think, okay, I'm helping out a friend, whatever.
I don't think
because I know that bag is going to last me.
I don't know
for
if
a
I
long
can
time.
say that unless it has Wonder Woman on it. That's the only time I will spend more money on it is if there's actually a Wonder Woman. I don't care if they slap it on there with a sticker.
Right.
If it's got Wonder Woman on it, then it's worth it to me. But if it doesn't, I'm like,
What was the company? Since he split off and
that made that purse company.
Grace Adele.
That's it.
They made a purse company, and
I bought one of those purses. I don't know
think
where that
ever-
purse is.
But they also did something with, and I always want to call it Velveeta. It's not Velveeta. They took their warmers and they turned them into fondue pots.
Yes, I remember that.
And they split off and they made like another arm to their company for that. What was
And
the
you
name
could
of
only
that?
sell like one at a time. You couldn't like go to an event and do all
Yeah,
three.
it was something. Yeah, and it was something weird like that. Well, both of them have gone under now. They just kept Scentsy. But the Grace Adele purses, they were cute purses. They were cute purses.
They were expensive.
But they
and
were
stiff.
pricey like they were. I mean, they were from China. It was very clear that they were
Well,
from
you know what's
China.
funny is that I bought that purse because I liked the person selling it, not because I necessarily liked
There you
the
go.
purse.
There you go. Yep, that's the truth.
So I spent like a whole crap ton of money on something that I really didn't need. I thought I was going to use it. I think I used it for about 3 days and was just like, no, it's not going to work for me.
Yep.
So I was stuck with it. And I have the what's the one? Damsel in Defense.
Yes.
I bought a beautiful purple purse from Damsel in Defense. And it's gorgeous. It's purple, for crying out loud. It's
I
purple.
feel like I saw that and I wanted it.
And I got it. And it's so stiff. And I can't put my...
Aw, man.
I can't put my stuff... I can't stuff my stuff in it.
But you know what, though? I wouldn't even feel bad about that because Damsel in Defense is not a purse company.
It's not. It's
It's
a
a
defense.
personal protection company. And I will say this again. Now, I'm down with them because their price points are... they're comfortable, too.
I thought that the purse was a little expensive, especially for the fact that I couldn't get anything in it.
Oh.
And that's the
Well,
part I was disappointed in, is that I couldn't fit. I had like 4 things that I keep in my purse. I have my drug bag, my makeup bag, my wallet, and my sunglasses.
You need a duffel bag, what you need.
Well, no, it's not like they're big bag. They're not big things. And then I have my phone, and I couldn't fit those 4 things.
That seems like a lot. It seems like a big, like you need a
glasses
you
case?
You need a grown woman purse.
A glasses case, a
How
wallet.
big was that? How big was the purple purse?
Not about this big.
Huh. And it just wasn't wide enough?
Yeah, it wasn't. There was no give to it. It was too stiff.
Oh, okay.
So even when I could get everything in there.
Then it was like you were going to bust the zipper trying to get it
I
shut.
couldn't even get it shut. There was no shutting it. And then I had to have everything very compartmentalized.
Mm-hmm.
It made it easy to find shit. But anyway, here's where I was going with all of this. I got sidetracked. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Sorry, Charles.
Where I was going with this originally, the story that you told about someone randomly sending you a video. We were talking right before we jumped on here live. I got something similar from someone else, and I asked the same thing. Did you mean to send that to me? You know, and they were like, "Yeah, I meant to send it to you." And now this wasn't a direct sales. This
This is
an
just a homegrown business.
Yeah, and this was somebody I hadn't talked to in several years, and I don't think I'd ever actually spoken to them in human
Like you're just
form.
Facebook friends, but
Yeah.
you never actually had any contact with them,
Right.
direct contact with
Right. And they sent me a message, and they just started sending me all this information, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, what's happening here? And I felt like I had started in the middle of a conversation, and I had absolutely no idea what I was supposed to do or say. And so I just said, thank you, like,
Because what else do you do when somebody gives you something?
yeah. So I'm just like, thank you. And then I got this, we've been friends for 3 years, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, can you help me out here? Maybe a little more information. And I mean, I had to and I felt like I was being rude, and I was trying so hard not to be rude, but I was like, how do I even respond
I'm
to
trying
this?
to pick the information out of your brain. What's the goal? What is your end goal here?
Right.
Do you want me to buy something from you?
Right.
Do you want me? And it turns out it was something totally different. They wanted to be on a show. They wanted to be on one of our shows, whether there's the Menopausal View or the Jen Quinn show. Instead of them introducing themselves and opening with that, hey, I do such and such, I sell widgets,
Yeah.
and I'd like to advertise my widgets, and I'd like to show you guys my widgets on the Menopausal View. But that is not how we introed it.
Right.
So now I'm like,
Now I'm upset. Now I'm like,
Right.
I've wasted my time.
and see, when people come at me like that, then I'm like, hell to the no. You can't be here because I don't deal with simpletons. I have a low tolerance for stupid. And the thing of it is, if you are not sharp enough to even get it out, what you're trying to accomplish here as a business owner,
Now, here's the thing. Here's something else, though.
she's more patient than I am.
Well, here's the thing.
She's a kind and loving soul.
If someone I know personally does that to me, like if you were to send me a video,
That's different. We have contact every day. You can
It's-
call me or text me and
I'd
be
be like, what the fuck is
the
this?
fuck did you just
Yeah.
send me?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to say,
Right.
da-da-da,
Now, if I haven't talked to you for a while and I'm excited about something, I'll just send it to you. And I won't even think, hey,
Right, right.
I haven't talked to you for 6 months, but hey, I'm here. This is what I'm doing,
Right.
And I've had people say, hello, Jennifer. How
Right.
you doing?
Hello, how
I'm
are
doing
you?
well. Thank you
Right.
for asking. And now let's reply to your thing.
Right.
And I always forget that when I talk to somebody, I just pick up from the last part of the conversation. I can't remember what we talked about, but I'll
But if
pick.
you've never talked to me
Right.
and you send me something, excuse me, I'm about to be real. My wig's
So
sliding
is-
back.
It's about building relationships. You can make a lot of money with it. You can build a business. Now, there are some companies out there that I don't think you can get the products anywhere else. One of the companies that I am a big believer in is Beauty Society. And Beauty Society has some of the best skincare products I've ever seen in my life. They don't have a lot of cosmetics though, but they have the best skincare. I love their skincare.
They're really pricey.
They are, but I think they're middle of the road. I don't think that they're like over the top, and I don't think that they're really low. They are a little bit more expensive than I would like, but to me it's worth it because I love their products.
I'm gonna tell you who's got some bomb. You wouldn't think so, but don't sleep on Avon. I'm gonna say that, and I'm not an Avon rep. Don't sleep on Avon. Avon's got some of the best eye cream on the market.
See,
best
Avon puts
eye
perfume
cream.
in their products though, and I can't do the perfumes.
Well, I'm
I
sorry
can't
for your
stand
loss.
perfume.
Madam, I am sorry for your loss. God bless America.
Perfume is not meant to be on your face.
Look, I'm just gonna say again, I'm gonna say again, I love me some Avon stuff. I do. There's crap in everything that we put on our faces. So
I agree. But but you can't find the stuff that Beauty Society makes. I haven't been able to find it anywhere else.
Like, give me an example.
Like there's just their skin, their product, and what's in it. I can't find anywhere else.
Okay.
I've tried. I'm
gonna say this because you sent me
the foundation.
the foundation, and while it was a little light, I did manage to mix that with some other to get because I have a funky tone, and I did like their foundation. I still have some of it left.
But see,
how long is that stuff good for? Because I've had it now 2 years.
Well, technically, you're only supposed to keep it for, I think, a year. The foundation is like a year, but I've kept mine much longer than that.
It.
But here's the thing: they don't have enough colors. They don't have enough variety of colors for the foundation. They only have like 5 colors. And then you've got places like Mary Kay and Avon who have thousands of shades.
Okay.
And so you have to like. So we kind of go back to.
So let's do this. Okay, so here, now I'm going to give you here's my point. And I understand what you're saying about your face stuff, the washy stuff, the stuff that you put, not the foundation and stuff like that. But like, because you gave me a Beauty Society lipstick.
Okay.
It was like a berry color.
Okay.
Beautiful color.
It was beautiful.
Love it. How much did that go for?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
You're useless to me today.
I am. I know.
You didn't know who Idris Elba was.
I suck today.
You're sucking.
I'm pretty. I feel like that should be enough.
But then I went out and I got the hard candy, and it's the same color. And
is it really?
It is. It's the exact same color, which is hilarious because I couldn't find that one. And I was like, oh, and it came with a lip liner too, $6. And it's a matte, and it's beautiful, and it stays on forever. And it doesn't, but it's not like paint. You know how sometimes you get those mattes that like dry your lips out?
Yes, this
it doesn't dry your lips
paint
out.
Thinner.
And it's
so there's also, on your side of this story, there's the direct sales companies that are a little hanky. Mm-hmm. The ones that are doing things a little underhanded.
Meaning?
So there's an insurance company, and probably more than Anne, but there's a couple, the way they work, and there's a leadership company, and the way they do things is very, very not cool. So I have gotten several phone calls from people looking for someone to manage an office. Mm-hmm. Okay. They said, I've gotten your contact from so-and-so. They said that you were a go-getter, that you were a manager, that you know how to run a business, blah, 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 blah. And we'd like to interview you. Okay. Now the first and even the second time this happened to me, I was like, okay, I'm so awesome. I know. You're welcome.
Like, everybody wants me.
Everybody does. And it turned out that it was a direct sales company They presented it like it was a job.
Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty.
And then they even
That's dirty.
and they've done it to my friends, and these were people who were desperately looking for jobs, like real paying
Yeah.
hourly jobs. And you come in and you have to pay money for your background check. Then you have to pay for your classes. Then you have to pay for your license. Then you have to pay for this.
Yeah.
And by the time it's all said and done, you've put $1,000 in and you haven't made a check yet. And then it's only based on your sales. It's a commission only, direct sales. And then you only make money if you have people underneath of you. And the fact that they advertise it as a job is the lowest form of anything I've ever
should
seen.
be even illegal.
I feel like it kind
Like
of,
it's-
I think it has to be. But it's happened to me too many times with the same company. And then there's another company, and I'm not going to tell you who it was, but it was a friend of mine, and I love her dearly. Anyway, I get a phone call, and I haven't talked to her for a while, and usually when people call me, they know to text me first, or we're having a conversation via text, and then they're like, I'm going to call you because this is taking too long. Because I don't generally answer my phone. I think I answer my phone for about 3 people, maybe 4. You, my friend Lindsay, Sean, and my mom. Okay? So I get this phone call, and it's from someone I haven't talked to for a little bit, so I was kind of excited. I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? So I answer the phone. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing, you sexy thing? How are you? What's going on in your life? And she's like, I'm trying to figure out how to save money and make money and get all the products that I want. And I'm just like, oh, shit.
And then you felt like you'd shit and fell back in it.
Then she hands the phone to a guy. And that's the whole conversation so far. And the guy gets on and he's like, I heard you're a manager and blah, 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 and you do this and you do that and you do this. And I'm like, I said, okay, I'm going to stop you right there. What's the name of your company? What's the cost to join? And what is it that you sell? 40 minutes went by, and I asked that question 4 more times, and I still did not have an answer by the time I was done with that conversation. So he's still talking. He's like, we're la 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 with trend, blah 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 blah. And I said, and I told him, I said, you have yet to answer one question for me. I'm not going to answer any questions for you. I said, you have already raised several red flags here, so I'm not going to give you any information. Can I talk to my friend? So she gets back on the phone, and I said, you are in trouble. I am so angry with you right now. I love you, but this,
It's a violation of the friendship.
this is. And I said, I love you, but this is so unprofessional that he can't even answer 3 questions. And I said, the fact that I talked to him as long as I did and I still didn't get any answers, that raises so many red flags for me. I can't even function right now. And she's like, I'm going to call you back. And I said, yeah, you are. So she called me back. She told me the name of the company and what it is that they were doing. And it was a subsidiary of Amway. And basically what it was is a leadership program. And here's the problem, and this is part of the problem with direct sales that people need to understand. She says, I'm going to buy these products anyway. Because I'm buying it from them, I'm going to make money off of what I buy. I said, no. What you're going to do is you're going to spend $100 for a $50 product. You're going to get $10 back. That's a refund. Then you're going to get charged at the end of the year as a $10.99 for that $10, and you're going to have to pay 30% taxes on it instead of the 7% that you would if you bought it outright. So now you've lost $40, and then you've got this tax bill now that you have to pay $7 on. So now you've spent $47 extra that you didn't have to do, and you're now a business owner and you're not making any money. You're out money. I said, so there's a way to do this and there's a way not to do it. If you are just buying your product to get the discount or to get the refund back, you're not making money. You're not. And the only way to make money is if you are selling a lot of product or you have a lot of people underneath of you. And that still goes back to, you have to have a network. You have to have relationships. You have to have that already in place. And if you're still trying to figure it out, and if you get angry every time someone says no, or you're too pushy, or you're too... I started out that way. When I started out with It Works. And I was with Mary Kay back in, when I was 20. I joined, had a party, nobody showed up, and that was the end of my Mary Kay career. So,
Right.
So, and then I didn't even realize that it was direct sales at the time. I didn't even know that. So when I started with It Works, I didn't know that it was direct sales either. I didn't even know what that meant. And they had this thing where you handed people a card. You weren't supposed to say anything. Just hand them a card. And when they say, what is it? You're supposed to flip it over and it tells you what it is. And it was a wrap. It was a body wrap that was supposed to make you lose inches. And, and they taught you to shut up, which is great. But the way you were disrespectful and rude by handing these just randomly here, and you weren't building relationships. And it got to the point where It Works became so oversaturated that if you said, I'm with It Works, people literally went, oh.
Yeah.
And that's because they weren't teaching you to build relationships with people. They were trying to get the product sold so hard and so fast. They had a great system, but I lost so many friends. Because I was that rah. But I bled green, black, and bling because and I was in it for 4 or 5 years, and I probably had a team of like 16 people. I couldn't build because I didn't understand how it worked. And I was that person that sent messages in Facebook Messenger and said, oh my God, have you tried this? Oh my God, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Without even introducing myself.
So
I've been there.
So I have several friends that sell the same product, that sell they're in the same direct sales company. And I noticed in the and everybody's drawn to something different. I guess everybody has their own personal preference. But it's a makeup company, and I love watching makeup videos. And so they've been doing about 4 or 5 different people do these live videos. And one of them that I really love, like whenever she does a live, I always try to watch because she has a different look every time she does a video. Like she'll do she does completely different eye makeup, completely different, she mixes it up. She'll be like, oh, what look she'll let people, what look are we going to go for today or whatever. And I love the way that she applies her makeup, but she just talks. She doesn't really talk about the product. She just talks, just putting on makeup.
And she's just delightful to watch.
She's a lot of fun. Very easygoing, very low. And that's what I'm drawn to. I'm not so much drawn to the high pressure. Y'all gotta forgive me. My head itches underneath this wig.
And we're finally back online.
Are we finally back?
We've been talking whether you guys were here or not.
We've been talking, so yeah.
We keep losing internet, so we apologize.
We apologize. We're sorry. The full video will be available in stores coming close to you, I guess. I don't know yet. Anyway, but I love watching her videos because it's not a hard sell. And actually, I have tried a couple of their products based on those videos. And it's a higher price point than what I would normally pay. But I'm like, you know what? No, I kind of like that because I like the look that she put together. And so, but it's not a hard sell thing. When somebody is screaming at me on the thing about, oh my God, have you tried this? You got to try this and try this and try this. And then I'm not really seeing how it's any different from any other product. But when you can show me the difference, then I'm more apt to purchase it. Does that make sense?
Well, I think we were talking, I don't know if we were talking about it before we jumped on here, but we were talking about you buy from the person that you like, the personality,
you connect with, right?
Not the product. I mean, because like you said, you have like, how many people that sell the same product?
There's literally 5 or 6 that sell the same
thing.
I
probably have hundreds that sell the same product. I get put into makeup groups 1,000 a day. I kid you not. And they're all the same companies. And I'm just like, if in one day if I have to delete 300, that I've joined.
Yeah, when somebody adds me to a group, I immediately go and just take myself out of the group.
Yeah,
because
but
if
that's
you didn't talk
before
to me
they
ahead
didn't
of time,
do that. They didn't ask you before. It was just you were automatically in.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying that I have hundreds of people. I'm not trying to be braggy or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I have a huge network. I have worked very, very hard to build my network, to build my relationships with people, to have that influence and vice versa, that mutual respect. I've worked very hard for that, and I've cultivated it for years. It's not something that I did overnight. And so there's a couple things. First of all, if you post on my page your product and try to sell your product on my page without consulting me about it, if I'm not involved in your company, if I'm not getting paid by you, I will delete it, because that is disrespectful to the person, because I get paid to advertise. So don't assume that because we're friends that you can tag me in your posts and I'm going to be okay with it. That's rude. That's disrespectful of me.
If you tag me and 97 other people in a post, I'm automatically untagging myself. And if you do it often, because I'm going to send you a message and say, hey, please don't do that. And then if you do it again, then I'm going to block you. So that's just how that works, because I too am a business owner.
And it doesn't matter if it's direct sales or business. It doesn't matter.
Right. I don't do that to people. I don't, unless I've had a conversation with you, unless I've actually talked to you prior to posting, hey, is it okay if I tag you in this and put this on your page? If I haven't had that conversation with you, I'm not going to do it.
Especially when you post something and you tag 500 people and then those 500 people share it, and every time somebody shares it or likes it or comments it
And
on
I
all
get a
those,
notification.
and I get a notification, and my whole entire timeline is nothing but thousands and thousands of thousands and thousands of different people making comments or liking or posting, and it has nothing to do with me, my business, or what
Yeah.
I do.
I'm good. Good on that.
I will shut it down. So, and I forget, there was another thing that I wanted to talk about, and that had to do with that. My brain has got us out of my head. So
like, I guess here's the thing. Like, there's good and bad in everything.
There
I think
is.
that, looking at it from the am I against all MLMs? No, not at all. I think that some of them are, it's hard. I find it much more difficult to support, just simply because the products are not anything better than what I could get at Walmart. That's some of them, right? I'm talking about just some companies. I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about some. And then, like I said, then there are others that I buy from. Like I said, I buy Avon stuff regularly. I'm gonna tell you something about Avon, honey. Going back to Avon, their undergarments will last you until Jesus returns. If you put that in your pipe and smoke it, and you tell people you got that from me. If you need a great Avon rep, Jackie Taylor. Just saying, I'm just gonna put that out there. But that's my girl. Because honey, Avon is life. Don't you remember when you were a little kid and you used to get the Avon book, the Avon lady, and you got to go the little perfume samples, and you got to put it on do all this on the little booklet. Just, you don't remember that? And then you get the little tiny tubes of lipstick to try.
I remember the little tiny tubes of lipstick.
Tiny
My
tubes of
grandmother
lipstick,
had
the
those,
samplers,
and I
yes.
would just I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
And then you get the little samples of vials of the perfumes too, if you were lucky.
Yes, that was I do remember
those are good
that.
times. Good times. I have a lot of memories with Avon. So yeah, but I also have a bra and panty set that I've had from the early '90s that it keeps on trucking. I'm just saying, it has grown with me. They've expanded with me, and then they came on back in, and then it came on back out again.
Right.
That's something. That's quality undergarment.
That is something.
Anyway.
That is definitely something.
We've rambled on for exactly 1 hour. I think we need to wrap this up.
All right, fine.
So I'm sorry that we've had such a god-awful connection today.
We do apologize for that.
we do
will be
apologize.
posting this live, so this will be posting it, and
So
it'll
it
be on
should all come through. Yeah.
It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook here at the Menopausal View. If you are joining us on YouTube, please make sure that you like our posts, our videos, that you comment on our videos, and please hit that subscribe button
If you're gonna
and the little bell
comment-
thing. Hit that little bell thing so you get notified when we go live.
There you go. And also, if you're going to comment which direct sales company is your fave. I'm just
Yes.
curious. Which one is your, like, you know what? I really, really love such and such.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And then if you're on Facebook, make sure that you like our page, like our videos, and make a comment and share our videos. We love it when people share our videos. This one was a little bit more of a serious topic than we normally go through, but it was something that we're completely random. We'll talk about whatever we want, whenever we want, because
we're boss and
because
we do
we're
what we want.
menopausal and we don't give a, you know
Right.
what.
There you go.
So yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today. We love having you here. I really wish that we weren't losing internet so that we could have
Yes.
actually continued a conversation with you back and forth. We loved having that conversation back and forth. So we love you guys and stay flabulous.
Stay fabulous. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.